The Elands Pass is the final descent down into the long, low-altitude valley called the Kloof, but more commonly known today as Die Hel. The pass descends 477 vertical meters over 4.7 kilometers, producing an average gradient of just under 1 in 10. The Elands Pass is on many people's bucket list for its magnificent views, multiple hairpins, narrow width, and very steep unguarded drop-offs. The allure of this pass is that it's the final section of the very long Kloof road and marks the end of your journey and arrival in the densely wooded valley known as Die Hel. There are self-catering cottages and camping available at Cape Nature at the foot of the pass, as well as at Fonteinplaats and Boerplaats about 5.5 kilometers further down the valley. From the start, which is also the summit point at 1,050 meters above sea level, the road begins descending for the next 1.2 kilometers towards the main kloof at a gradient of about 1 in 14. This section is straightforward and contains no corners, and the road surface is generally quite good. As progress is made towards the west, the gradient begins getting steeper. When you get to the 1.3 kilometer point, the road drops down into a tight S-bend towards the left. You need to drop your speed right down to 20 kilometers per hour for this bend. As the S-curve is exited via the second left-hand bend, you'll get an amazing view of Die Hel. Before getting out of your vehicle to take those award-winning photos, switch off your vehicle's engine and leave it in first gear, making double sure that the handbrake is fully engaged. From this vantage point, the road can be seen dropping down to the miniature-looking buildings in the valley via multiple switchbacks. It's truly a breathtaking sight. There's nowhere to stop, but due to the low traffic volumes, no one will mind if you block the road for a few minutes. The views stretch away into the west, where the entire valley is visible well past the Poort. Whilst this is a wonderful view site, there are actually better places to take photos from, for example at the first hairpin at the 2.1 kilometer mark. Once you've had your fill of the views, gear down to first or second gear and allow your engine compression to slow your vehicle down as you begin the first switchback, which is directly into the south. The road is narrow and it's impossible to get past another vehicle. Make a careful mental note of the few places where there are spots just wide enough for two cars to get past each other. Should you encounter a vehicle ascending the pass, one of you will have to reverse back to a suitable place. It's etiquette to allow the ascending vehicle right of way, but this is not always practical. If you're the vehicle that is doing the reversing, be extremely careful and take your time, as one small mistake here could end in disaster. Remember that at each of the hairpin bends, the road is quite wide, and these often make for the safest places to allow for passing. When you're at the first viewpoint, you'll be able to see most of the pass, and any vehicle climbing up towards you will be quite easily spotted. It only takes about 15 minutes to drive the pass, so it might be prudent to sit tight at a wide section and wait for the ascending vehicle to get past you safely. The further south you drop on this first leg, the better the views become. This section has 12 bends along its length, but none of them are very sharp. The driver, however, needs to concentrate 100% on the road and not allow the views to be too distracting. Along the length of the pass, there are 3 or 4 of these concrete stripped sections, which are designed to prevent erosion and to improve traction. The first hairpin appears at the 2.1 kilometer point, and bigger SUVs and double cabs will need to go into full lock to make it through this turn. Take it very slowly, and just in case your vehicle can't make the turn, don't take any risks and rather do a 3-point turn to safely negotiate this bend if you're in any doubt. Your views are now on the left-hand side, allowing your passengers to see Die Hel in all its grandeur. With the heading now into the north and the roadway that you've just descended being directly above you, the road follows the contours of the mountainside. A section is passed where there are wired cages of stacked rock packed on the right-hand side of the road, which helps prevent landslides over the roadway. The scree can be seen all the way up to the next level of the road, which has obviously caused some problems in the past. Along this north-facing section, there are 10 bends to negotiate, but due to the low speed that you'll be traveling, none of them should present any problems. Be sure to watch part 2 of the Elands Pass, which covers the lower half as well as all the hairpin bends.